For these exercises, you will require one 15-foot leash, one electronic collar that is adjustable from 0 to at least 100. Pictured is the E-Collar Technologies 300 Mini. We only approve of the ET products or the dog truck products. You will also need a slip chain training collar, appropriately sized for your dog, and you will require one 6-foot leash. Okay, this is Marin. She's as new to this as you are. And right now we're going to go through how to attach the collar appropriately to the dog. As you've noticed, I pre-looped it. She's distracted. Her owner's on the other side of the fence, so she's all verklempt. So what I've done is just made a big giant loop so that the E-collar receiver itself is biased to the right-hand side of the dog. When I go to fit it, I want it fit above the throat latch, which is the top of the dog's Adam apple, and over to the right-hand side. Now, she's a close-coated dog, so it's important that it be fit correctly. I'm sure she's got a little bit of pit in there somewhere, and pits are notorious for crap skin, so we want to be sure that it's just the right tightness. So basically, we don't want it so tight that it's going to bore holes in her neck, but by the same token, we don't want it so loose that she can relocate the collar by shaking her head or scratching at it. Good girl. Okay, so for this portion of the exercise, the two articles that you need besides the electronic collar is your 15-foot long line and, of course, the chain training collar. So when we're trying to ascertain the level that the dog is working at, we're starting out on the ET at about a 4, and I'm tapping repetitively. I'm not really receiving a response, and the reason I know this is because it isn't altering what the dog is doing. So basically, she's like, I have a giant kangaroo pouch filled with food, so she's all about that. But what I want to do is I'm going to raise it up like by 2 in increments of 2, so now it's at a 6. I'm going to tap, and if she stops what she's doing, without any other influence from me, I know she can feel it. And right there at a 6, good girl. I know that she can feel it. I've tested her at this level before. She's trying to eat all the little bugs on her floor. And basically all I'm looking for is for her to stop what she's doing in favor of the new stimulation. There we go. Good girl. So when she turns around, and it's currently on an 8, I'm not giving her any commands. I'm basically allowing her to escape and to advance at will. That's all her. I'm going to pull her out of that. I'm not going to allow her to continue scraping at the collar. It's a vestigial act. Good. That's not me, that's her. And again, just disrupting the behavior quietly without making a big fuss over it. Tail chasing is not part of this. She's just being weird because her dad's about 20 feet away from her. And she's all, woo! When we start this exercise, once we have found the working level, which in her case right now is about an 8 or a 9, we allow the dog to escape, we investigate, and we tap. She's distracted. Since she's not responding, I'm going to turn the level up. Continue to tap. Good girl. And when she turns, good girl. As soon as she responded, I stopped tapping. As soon as she started to fade, I started tapping again. She came in, I rewarded her, and then I set her free again. Okay. So we repeat this until she realizes that that stimulation needs to come to the handler. And the reason that's important is because the default value for this exercise is when you feel that pressure at the knees, look for the person at the end of the leash. Good. I'm not asking that she sit. She will eventually. Okay. But I'm going to reward her, mark that behavior, and I'm going to cut her loose again. Okay? Here's some more dead bugs. Have yourself a time. Good girl. I tap. She turns. Good girl. Now, one of the questions that viewers have is when do you stop tapping? Initially, when we start this behavior, we stop tapping the moment the dog recognizes that something has altered what they were doing. Good girl. That's your tail, that's not me. Okay. After they become more versed in the stimulation from the collar. Good girl. I'm going to tap her all the way in. Good. Very nice. So there's two parts. You stop in order to encourage forward momentum when you begin this exercise, and as the dog becomes more comfortable with what the expectation is, before you put the behavior on cue, relax. You start tapping the dog all the way in. Now I'm not tapping, but she's already learned, stick close to the handler, good stuff happens. Right? So I'm going to reward that because ultimately that's our goal. She's a bit of a runner. She's a flagrant. She's a door bolter. She likes to prowl. So we want to make sure that what she understands that it's infinitely as rewarding to be with one that loves you as it is for you to be out in the wind. She's distracted. I tap. She comes in, she distracts, I tap, she comes in, I reward. Good girl. Very nice. Okay. One more time. Using her owner as a little bit of bait. I allow her to distract. I can't get her off of me unless she was a bug and I was a windshield wiper. Good girl. I'm not tapping. We're just moving in space together. Good lass. Good girl. And it's clear by her actions that within a span of about 7 minutes, we're actually already moving on. So when she moves way down, I'm going to put that behavior on cue. She goes away, hopefully. I call her here. Good girl. Very nice. Yes. Okay. Now, she lit up a little bit on that. It's on an 8. So we're going to go back down to about a 6. Okay. Same thing. Let her abandon me. Call her Mary here. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. What a nice behavior, volunteer. Okay. Good pup. And that's all we're after. When we do this exercise, the first time we introduce it, good pup. We do what they call the push-pull exercises. And what we do is make it attractive for the dog to move away from us, and then make it attractive for the dog to return. That's your lesson for the day.